it's Hillary and welcome back for another Creative Faith video. Today I am excited to be setting up my Lent 2023 scripture reading and writing plan. In this video I am going to be making my own notebook, alright? So I'm going to walk through step by step how I use these printables to create my own notebook to work through the He Gave Up His Life scripture reading and writing plan. I have a whole YouTube video where I show the 3 coordinating printables that are in this collection. There's the main printable that has the verses and the scripture writing plan. There is a coordinating artwork printable that has pretty pattern papers, florals, purple florals, and purple mugs and shapes and things. So that's the second printable. And then the third printable are these beautiful purple floral borders and corners. So all 3 of those printables are in my Etsy shop. They are on sale for an introductory sale through Saturday, February 25th, 2023. So I will have all 3 of these printables linked in the description box below, as well as a YouTube video where I talk more about the heart behind this collection and kind of the purpose behind it. And then I also have a Lent blog post roundup, and it has links to all of the different Lent resources I have. I also in the blog post talk more about what is Lent. So lots of great resources for you all. So like I said, in this video, I am going to be taking the printables and putting them together to create my own journal to use. The main printable, was created in this traveler's notebook format. And so while in this video I am going to be creating my own journal, you could also pick up a traveler's notebook and glue or tape these into the traveler's notebook pages. So they're meant to fit in to this size journal. So this is a plain traveler's notebook that I have. And then this one is actually a Creative Faith traveler's notebook. And so you could totally do that, and you can see the pages fit perfectly. The only one that doesn't fit is the big chart, but try as I might, I could not get this in a traveler's notebook format. But what you could do is fold it in half and have it fold in and out if you wanted to include this. Or in this video, I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with this one. So stay tuned to see more about that. So I wanted to mention that as an option that you can take these and glue or tape them into an existing notebook, and that will be a great way to work through this plan. I also, Lord willing, am going to have another video up showing how a second way to set it up in a happy planner. This is a skinny happy planner, and I love how it has these 4 boxes, and you can see those kind of match really well with this. So that is another video that, Lord willing, I'll have posted as well to share another idea of how to set this up. And I also wanted to mention too, please, if you do not have a printer, do not think that you cannot participate in this. There are lots of places where you can have people print your files for you, like Office Depot, Office Max, Staples. I'm pretty sure FedEx and UPS also print things, and you can also go to your local library and print things there. So I wanted to make sure to mention that even if you don't have a printer, I'd love to have you join us for this scripture reading and writing plan for the season of Lent. And you can also purchase the main printable and handwrite these verses and questions into a journal or notebook as well. So lots of great ideas on how to work through this plan. So what I did, kind of clear the way here. So I had a little cutting party before I filmed this, and I just printed these on plain white paper and I cut them out, and I did add numbers to the top, and then I put them in. They are printed in order, but I was just worried that as I was working on this video that they would get out of order. So I added little numbers to the top. And then then I printed the page that has these reflection questions. I printed it multiple times so that I would have 10 total of these reflection questions. So I kind of made it so that you would work through these 5 reflection questions after reading through the event in the 4 different Gospels. So there are 10 events, 4 Gospels for each event, which makes 40 days of Lent. So I hopefully that is clear. I tried to make it as clear as possible. So I have all of those cut and printed and ready to go. And then the plan also has a few additional printables, like the key verse. We know what real love is because Jesus gave up his life for us, 1 John 3:16. So that's the key verse for this plan. There's also a title page, and then a spot to write a prayer because it's really important to start projects in prayer. And then there are also 2 pages about Lent. So I have all of those cut and ready. And then there are also these 2 pages that have the verses and things. So those, one of them have the dates for Lent 2023, and one of them have just the verses, and they're color coded, so each of the different colors represents one of the new events. All right, and then I printed the main artwork on cardstock. So this is going to be my cover. So now I am going to start walking through setting up my notebook for this challenge, scripture reading and writing challenge.
All right, to kick off this process, I am taking the cardstock cover and I am folding it in half. And that is going to be the outermost layer. And then I am just taking plain copy paper. It's not any thicker or any special copy paper, just plain copy paper. And I am folding it in half just like I did with the cover. I ended up using 7 pieces of copy paper, and I didn't really plan it out beforehand. I just was kind of using trial and error, but having 7 pieces of folded copy paper nestled into each other gave me enough room to have a title page, enough room to have a spot to write a prayer, as you can see, a spot for the key verse, 1 John 3:16, a spot for the 2-page devotion about Lent, and then room for a spread, 2-page spread for each of the 10 events. So again, that was 1 piece of cardstock for the cover, and then 7 pages of folded copy paper that I used for the inside. And that gave me enough for a few of the extra pages at the beginning, the 10 events, and then there was a page and a half, or 2, a page spread plus another half, and the back that I can use for additional notes and prayers. So that worked out really nicely and set up, just a very simple, a simple book for my journal for the Lent scripture reading. So now I am using a long-armed stapler to add 3 staples in the middle of my book. You can get a stapler like this on Amazon, and it's a really great thing to have in your stash, especially if you're like me and enjoy making your own journals. It's something kind of fun to do. But again, don't think you have to make your own journal. You can also totally add these pages into an existing journal or traveler's notebook that you already have. So I just wanted to make this journal though to kind of show you guys how to do it, and it just allows me to be a little bit more creative, but it definitely was more time consuming to set it up this way. So now I have my journal all stapled and ready to go. So right now it is a half page, and I decided I wanted to make it into a traveler's notebook size. So again, this is an extra step that you do not need to do, but I wanted to make it a traveler's notebook size. I really love working in that size. And I was being sort of lazy and I did not really measure very well at all. So you just saw I took the traveler's notebook that I showed earlier in this video and I used a little pencil mark, and then the rest of it I just kind of guesstimated. So this is not a very exact project, but that's okay. One of my favorite phrases is done is better than perfect. And that's definitely the case with this cute, wonky little notebook. So I'm just cutting the inside pages little by little. I'm doing it in chunks of 3 pages at a time. And again, I'm not really measuring at all. I'm just kind of eyeballing it with the previous pages. So this is allowing it to be traveler's notebook size. So and then I did the cardstock cover, the front and back cover separately just because they are a little bit thicker, but if you had probably a more heavy duty paper cutter, that would most likely work for more pages. So now I am adhering down all of the inside pages. So on the right hand side, I'm doing events 1 through 10. And then on the left hand side, I printed multiple copies of that reflection page. So that is how I set up the inside pages, and at the end of the video you'll see a slower flip through. And then at the front of my journal I wanted to create a pocket to put the big chart as well as the bookmark with the check mark boxes for each of the day's daily reading. And so I thought that would be a fun way to use one of the pattern papers that comes in the artwork, coordinating artwork printable. And I again just have this printed on regular paper. It's not on cardstock, although it probably would have been a smart idea to print it on cardstock. But I just used normal paper and made this cute little pocket, and I'm folding the chart in half and shoving that in there. And then you'll see me add the bookmark in there as well. So I love how that turned out at the front. And now I am very speedily decorating the pages using some of the artwork files as well as using washi tape. I love decorating with washi tape. I used a lot of purples and blacks and whites and reds to decorate the pages. I realized after I finished filming that I never used the new purple floral borders and corners printable, so I might peel up some of the washi tape and add that as well because I really love those printables too. And then I have my cover. So I hope you guys liked this video and that it gave you some ideas on how to set up your own scripture reading and writing journal for Lent. Definitely check out the links in the description box below to pick up these printables in my Etsy shop. Again, they're on sale through this Saturday, February 25th, so it's a great time to pick them up. And I would love to see your projects. Be sure you're a part of the Creative Faith Facebook group, as well as tag me on Instagram or add me as a collaborator on Instagram so I can see your beautiful setups and creations. And I pray that God uses this plan to teach you and encourage you and draw you closer to Him this Lent season. Be sure to give this video a big thumbs up. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below and the bell notifications so you don't miss out on any Creative Faith videos. And I pray that you take some time over these next 40 days to just really reflect on Jesus' death and resurrection on the cross and what that means for you and me in our lives. And I will see you next time. Bye!